This rush. Amazing.
And that's why I never pooped in school. Kakegurui XX is an outlandish, bizarre, and sometimes disgusting gambling anime that will provide you with an experience that I think you will struggle to find anywhere else. Bodily fluids will often drench your screen, characters are calculated and neurotic, but how is this series with a mid 7.2 rating on MAL going to be worth any of your valuable time? Yako Private Academy is a dangerous and mysterious place, isolated far from normal society, full of a vast array of emotion. You have your fear, your excitement, your laughter, your power, your horny, and the primal shame of having a family member walk in on you washing this.
Are you winning, son?
Okay, I can explain. You see, most anime will have this emphasis on how smart or strong their characters are, sometimes even both. Yako serves as one of the very few places in anime where brains, they won't do shit for you here. Like really, here a student's entire identity and position among the ranks of the academy relies on their ability to gamble in these twisted games that are set up to lure in the most vulnerable of prey. The more astute, cunning, psychotic and powerful students occupy seats on the student council, while the less fortunate, less skillful and usually the most vulnerable fall to the rank of house pet.
I'm only like this because I lost to you.
Being a house pet is disturbing. You lose your entire identity, any control over your future whatsoever, becoming a subject of torture and sexual abuse.
Is that how you want to play this?
Yeah, it's not good. All of the messed up and bizarre things you can see happening inside of the academy is due to it being set up to work based on a capitalist system.
In a capitalist society, money and life are one and the same.
This ruthless and cutthroat system enslaves students into this cycle of power, whether they like it or not. Suzui has his pride stolen as he's driven to the rank of house pet in the opening scenes.
Now I'm nothing but a house pet.
I knew that acts as the president's most trusted council member, yet one push of his glasses make you realize that he's up to some shit.
You all unwittingly served as my launching pad, and it worked.
Every single facet of a student's life is controlled and pushed around by this manipulative system. It's these little details that are put in place that really make you appreciate the insanity of a character like Yumeko Jabami.
Let's play. All you have to do is nod your head.
Yumeko enters the controlled and obsessively maintained order of the academy as this figure of chaos. But what really makes Yumeko special is how she has zero regard for the system or the rules that exist within the academy. Her well-being, her position. Yeah, like, not really. She really doesn't care.
I think I should gamble more and I want to.
All Yumeko wants to do is feed her insane first, committing to gambles more insane than the last at each and every single opportunity that she gets. If she's not gambling, she's thinking about gambling. If she's gambling, then she's still thinking about more gambling. Nobody in the entire series actually has any idea what she's thinking. Like, really. Never. The story is actually never told from Yumeko's own perspective. Not once. And believe me, I have seen this shit 3 times yet I can never seem to look away from this scene. But not once throughout the 24 episodes do you actually get an insight into what Yumeko is thinking. It could be completely empty. Yep, what we do know is that she'll actively jeopardize and put herself in the worst situation possible just to get a better rush later on. Forcing others to risk everything they own to fuel her own desire and twisted addiction that she basically gets off on. All of this of course just leaves us with more questions and answers and feeds into the greater mystery of her own character. Who is Yumeko Jabami? What the fuck does she actually want? This whole lack of insight into Yumeko basically means that we have to spend more time with the side characters. Not you. But that's good. Both of the upper and lower echelons of the academy are rife with these amazing, disgusting and eccentric characters that just basically fall into Yumeko's lap. Here, let me give you a little taste. You have Mary, who's financially crippled, more men than Black China and Amber Rose put together. Midori, who's a masochist that squirts on the floor at the thought of her own body being mutilated. Sayaka, who's weirdly and dangerously obsessed with the president. And this guy who forgets his own name, and apparently so do I.
Me? I mean...
It's Omar!
My name is Ryota Suzuki.
Fuck! They are meticulously built up in such a short period of time and given all of this power, these backstories, and then completely destroyed within seconds. What I think Kakegurui does best is the details and how it breaks its characters, how it drives them completely over the edge, the slow realization of where they're going, how it manages to capture that exact moment where they begin to realize that they are completely out of their depth, as Yumeko circles around them, like a tiger circles her prey, ready to pull them into the deepest parts of the tangroves. The boogers! The feast of boogers! The bountiful feast of boogers! And that split second where their face completely distorts, filling with rage.
Get out of my face! I refuse!
Fear, anxiety,
Not good.
I'll present it to you in this expressive and over-dramatized art that just never fails to deliver. These movements are aggressive, kind of like a crack addict. Shit like this really makes you appreciate the people behind this. Director Yujiro Hayashi, best known for nearly dying trying to push out Attack on Titan the final season parts 1 and 2, and character designer chief animation director Manabu Akta. There's also 0 pictures of him online. So here's Lightning McQueen. He's good, like really good. He made the opening animation to Persona 5. Chief animation director for Attack on Titan the final season. God of High School, Terror and Resonance. The character designs are highly detailed, dynamic. The eyes have a level of detail that you can just see the souls of each individual artist that couldn't leave the sweatshop trapped inside them. My god, they are beautiful. Yumeko's eyes will often radiate to this intense red to remind you of the sort of chaotic devil that the Academy has to deal with. They contrast almost completely with the calm and icy blue of the student body president Kirai Momobami. The whole colour palette is filled with these rich colours. You get the calm and icy blue that seems to follow Kirai around. The unsettling green that you can find inside Midori's squirt bucket. These overly saturated colours that bleed across the screen have a huge impact on the overall immersion. You know what? I could not give a fuck about the colour palette. No one really does. I was too busy choking on Xanax trying to fight the anxiety that comes hand in hand with listening to this soundtrack. The piano chords and patterns are played in this unnatural and disjointed way, with the odd key playing out of tune just to mess with your head. This one feels like I just pirated a movie in 2002. This one feels like I'm at a fucking techno rave in Berlin. These OSTs are addictive as shit and I will most definitely use them in future videos. Subscribe. Kakegurui has some minor issues that really result in a lot of people just completely devaluing the entire anime. There are a lot of horny shots.
I'm just about to explode.
A superfluous amount of them that are just interjected and dotted about the entire series. Some of this is just disturbing. Now, the opening and the closing warn you of this. Here you've Itsuki sucking on Yumeko's toe like a young calf.
Wait, no, wait, what?
Then here we have a wet t-shirt competition cleverly disguised as an ending cut. The warnings were right in front of us this whole time. There is some really questionable CG that may or may not look like an action figure's hand is being waved across the screen.
Put them into 2
Hey, what the fuck? Also, some characters seem to have such a vast amount of resources that they can virtually gamble forever. But you know what? That's all there really is that's actually wrong with this anime. Cause the way I see it is that we tend to remember anime by the emotion, the feeling, the experience that they were able to deliver when we were watching them. I remember Mob Psycho making me cry more in 24 episodes than I had in my entire life. Baki had me shadowboxing in my room at 3 AM. Beastars made me realize shit, snakes can be pretty fake. These are just some of the core memories that I return to when thinking about these series. The experience that I had with them. Maybe you remember them slightly differently, but for me, anime that can deliver an experience will always be better than a 10 out of 10 acclaimed story that just fails to hook me in. And Kakegurui is one series that will deliver such an experience.